When's the last time you were so concerned about the physical needs of others that on a cold night you actually got in your car and drove through some of the poorer neighborhoods of town with a blanket in case you saw someone on the street? A cup of warm coffee. When's the last time you arose above your complacency and looked at your fellow worker and said, we've been working together for 6 years. And it just dawned on me, I don't know anything at all about your spiritual life. Where do you go to church? Are you a believer? But you see, we don't do that. And that makes us like the Israelites. And so Amos was saying, arise from this complacency. And then he says these words, woe to you. Words that are taken straight from a funeral dirge. They mean something's wrong. And Amos was saying, Israel is dead. She needs to come alive. Arise from her complacency. If we represent God, we cannot be complacent, and we cannot equate success with security. The United States of America is one of the most successful nations that ever existed. But our security is so fragile that we spend millions of dollars to make ourselves feel secure. Verse 1, to you who feel secure on Mount Samaria, you notable men of the foremost nation to whom the people of Israel come. Now, if you look at a map in your Bible, you'll find that Samaria is that region, a lot of mountains between Israel and Judah. And that's the area which is geographically the center of the ministry of Jesus. It's here where we have the story of the woman at the well. It's here where we see an idea of the story of the Good Samaritan. Because Jesus was focused upon this particular region because these were people where not only was he born there, but this was sort of representative of the whole world. People who hated one another, people who disdained one another, people who did not care for one another. And the Jews certainly disliked the Samaritans, but it was a two-way street. And that regional, racial, ethnic pride that Jesus and his disciples encountered had been there for hundreds of years. Those who lived in Samaria felt so secure because they had been so successful. They had survived when others had failed. Now I want you to be successful financially and physically. But I don't want you to equate that success with security. Our only security is in entrusting Jesus, the solid rock, the Alpha and the Omega. No matter how a situation begins, no matter how a situation ends, we are secure in knowing that Jesus Christ is Lord of our lives. If we represent God, then we cannot gloat with self-confidence. Verse 2, go to Calneh and look at it. Go from there to Great Hamath, and then go down to Gath and Philistia. Are they better off than your two kingdoms? Is their land larger than yours?